A man who fooled an entire country, Ferdinand Waldo Demara was a medical imposter who saved lives while pretending to be a doctor. He was also a fake monk, a fake professor, and even a fake naval surgeon. He was so charming and intelligent that he managed to fool the United States and Canada for years. His story is so crazy that it inspired a book and a movie. The man who played him in the movie is the same guy who played Hannibal Lecter, so that should tell you something about how crazy this guy was. He was born in 1895 in what is now Romania, and from a young age he showed signs of being a bit of a fraud. When he was just 7 years old, he told his mother that he was going to become a famous doctor. However, he never actually went to medical school, but that didn't stop him from pretending to be one. He started working as a ship's doctor on merchant vessels sailing between the US and Canada. He treated sailors for illnesses like tuberculosis and pneumonia, and because he actually knew a lot about medicine, despite not having a medical degree, he was able to fool the crew and the ship's owners. He even delivered babies on the ships, and no one suspected he was an imposter. But his luck ran out when a local newspaper in Canada published a story about a fake monk. This monk had been fooling people by pretending to have special powers, and the story mentioned that this fake monk had once worked as a ship's doctor. It just so happened that Ferdinand had also used the name Father Brown when he was working as a ship's doctor. So the authorities got suspicious and they started investigating. They found out that he wasn't a doctor, but they could unprove it because he had actually saved a lot of lives while working on the ships. So they let him go with a warning. But this didn't stop Ferdinand from continuing his charade. He eventually became the chief surgeon on a US Navy warship. He was in charge of performing surgeries on the ship, and again he was able to fool everyone, including the military, for several years. It wasn't until much later that someone discovered his secret. After his death in 1965, they found out that he had never attended medical school. But the crazy thing is that he had actually saved hundreds of lives while pretending to be a doctor. He was even given the Purple Heart Medal for his service on the warship. His story is a reminder that sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. If you want to hear more crazy stories, stay tuned.